Hey Socialites, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Ariell. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if those are the type of videos you enjoy, I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Face Essentials Long Wear Cream Palette. So this is it. It comes with these shades here as well as these shades here. Now the claims of this product is to be an easy to use cream palette with multi-use shades that can be mixed to create a custom foundation, concealer, bronzer, contour, blush, and highlighter. It's waterproof and supposed to give you a natural and radiant finish. I do want to note that the product is free of parabens, formaldehyde releasing agents, mineral oils, and contains less than 1% synthetic fragrance. So I did pick this up from Sephora and it retails for $88. So if you want to see how I got this full look using the new Makeup Forever palette, then keep on watching. Okay, Socialites, so let's get started. I already have moisturizer on my skin. Now, when I do a foundation review, especially with something that I'm completely clueless about, I don't like to go in with primer because I need to see how this product performs on its own. I know some people don't like that, but it's hard for me to tell if a product is for dry skin, oily skin, or anywhere in between if I'm altering the product with primers. So this is the packaging, really cute packaging. I like that. I like how compact and convenient it is. And it does open up to one side that looks like it's for complexion, like shades you could use for foundations and or concealers and or highlight and contour products. And then you have a side that has highlighters. And then these shades look as if you could use them for blushes. So this is definitely a all-in-one compact that you could use for your full complexion. As far as the consistency, when I did the swatches, I noticed that they're extremely emollient. Very, very emollient. So I could take a napkin and wipe off my hands. You know how some products like foundations or concealers, you'll need a wipe to get it off, to really get the product off. I could use a napkin just so that you guys can picture in your head just how emollient the product is. Now this palette does come in 2 shade ranges. Now I got the tan to deep palette, and it also has a light to medium palette, and I feel like the light to medium and the tan to deep do have shades that would cover any shade range, every shade range, even in between, because keep in mind you can mix some of these shades to get your color if none of these are your exact shades. Upon swatching it on my hand, I did see that this color looks like it might be almost like my exact skin tone, so I'm going to go in with this shade, and to apply it I'm going to use my number 64 Sephora Pro Brush. So this shade does look like it's a tad too deep for me, which is fine because like I said, you can always mix it. So for my skin tone, I would probably go in with the shade right next to it. So let me just grab a little bit of the product out because it was a little annoying having to try to fit this directly into the palette. So I'm going to take a little bit of the shade next to it. So as I mixed it the second time around, it looks like that mix is almost like my exact skin tone. I really like that shade. Now this is definitely a product that you can get a light to almost full coverage. It just depends on how much you apply. If you apply just a tiny bit, you can get as sheer as you want to, and it looks like you can build it up quite a bit because my darkest pigmentation, I could see it but barely. So you could build this up quite a bit. It does look really smooth. I like that. Now the claims of this product is to be for someone with dry, normal, or combo skin. It doesn't say oily. And because it's so creamy and emollient, I can understand why. But the claims is also that it's long wearing. So we're definitely going to give this a good wear test and we'll be the judge of that. Now let's go in and highlight. We're going to use a lighter shade to highlight. I'm going to probably take the shade that I mixed in with it, this shade here, scoop a little bit out of it, and then I'm going to blend that out with the Real Techniques contour brush. So let's go in with this shade right here to do some contour. And keep in mind, every step of the way you can mix. So if you feel like this contour shade is a little deep for you, or if you want a more subtle contour, I would mix this with a little bit of this shade or this shade just to soften it. So everything is possible with this palette. It's a one and done as far as for the creams. And I'm gonna use that same Real Techniques contour brush to blend this out. And they do blend on top of each other fairly easy, which creams tend to do that. When you blend a cream on cream, it's usually pretty effortless. Now please note that this shade is a bit warm. As you guys can see, there's much of a reddish brown undertone, but the darkest shade in the palette is cool. But even though it's warm, I'm not mad at it. I actually like it. Now I'm pretty sure that you can take any of these shades here, or even the darkest shade, to contour the eye, or just a wash of brown on the eye and lightly set it with the powder. But y'all, my eye sort of had a little fight with one of these lights above when I stood up the other day, and I got a little gash right here. So that's why you guys haven't seen me in a few days, trying to let it heal. So we're gonna skip the eye area. I may do some lashes and maybe some liner because it's still kind of sore. So let's take this dark berry shade here for blush. Something about that shade is just calling my name. I don't know what it is, but I want to test it out. It looks really pretty. So I'm gonna go in with an eyeshadow shader brush, and we're gonna marry that into the edge of that contour. A blending sponge just to blend that out. And this is a dry sponge, by the way. Very pretty. You know what I should have done? I should have done that sunset blush blend. The sunset blush trend that's going around. I could have done like the berry and then the orange and faded it up. Maybe we'll do it for a reel because somebody requested it, but I've been wanting to try it. In the spirit of trying as many of these shades as possible, you guys, let's take the lightest shade in the palette to sort of brighten just the inner corner. And this is the Sephora number 71 Pro Concealer Brush, by the way. And I'm gonna blend the edges of it with my puff, because I don't want this to go too far down. I want to sort of keep it right here in the corner. This is truly playing in makeup, y'all. Truly playing in makeup. So let's set everything with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is just the regular, it's not the ultra blur. So let's take the Hoola Treasure Island palette, and I'm going to take the contour shade with my Makeup by Ariell brush. This is the A3.2 brush. I'm going to take my Idole liner. This is an ultra precision liner. I got this as a sample with the Lancome order. I recently took it out of town with me, and I do like it. Look at the tip. Super black. You guys, I forgot to even utilize the highlighting shades. I sure hate that. Let's see if we can go with a little bit on top. I'm going to use the deeper one. Let's see how it works on top of a powder, but I should have put it on first. Okay, it's not bad on top of powder. Okay, Socialite, so this is the final look. For gloss, I just put on the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy, and that's it. No liner or anything. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think so far. We're gonna do a wear test. It's now 12:52 in the afternoon, so I'm gonna wear it for the next few hours, and then we'll come back and check in. Okay, y'all, I'm back, and it is now 7:11 Lord. So it's been 6 or 7 hours since I put the foundation on, and it's been a full day. I've had a full day of content creating and I'm tired. So let's talk about it. Now, I will say this, usually when I come back to do the wear test, I hadn't touched up the foundation at all, but it's not the case with this one. So this puff that has nothing on it, just my Sephora puff, before I've been filming certain videos, I've just been strategically just doing like this in certain areas just because I don't like shine when I'm filming. I mean, I like it in real life, that sort of healthy glow to the skin, but on camera, I just think sometimes it can come off oily or shiny looking, and I don't like that look. But that's all I've been doing, probably about every hour and a half or so. So you do get shine with this one, which is to be expected from a product that's so emollient. As far as fine lines and pores, it didn't really settle too much in fine lines. My pores are slightly emphasized in the cheek area, which is somewhat normal. There are certain foundations that don't do that with me, but there are some that do, but it still looks great. I think it has a very creamy, buttery look to the skin, which a lot of cream foundations do, like the Patrick Ta foundation looks similar to this one on the skin, but I love the fact that I could customize and make my own shades and create, almost any look, or have my contour be as deep or as subtle as I want to. So I would say that this would be a great product to sort of travel with, you guys. Now, in this hot heat here in Houston, and I do plan on going on a trip to another hot place this summer, I probably wouldn't take it though. This is super convenient and it's beautiful, but I wouldn't, because when I go out of town or on vacation, I just want a product that I can put on in the morning and never have to look back. And this is one that I would have to periodically just sort of blot a little bit, which is not a bad thing, but I just don't want to have to do that. Now, I have normal to combo skin. So if you have dry skin or more normal than combo, this would probably be your jam, even to go on like a hot climate vacation. But if you have oily skin, you can probably just this won't be for you. Overall, I do like it. I do plan on using it again, especially with the Makeup Forever Twist and Light Powder. I want to see how they, play together. So comment down below, let me know, have you tried this palette yet? Are you interested in trying it? Everything I mentioned today will be linked in the description box, so be sure to check that out, including the shades if you guys are wondering what shade I wear in a certain product. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love, 'cause too fresh with the scars. Well, I don't have the answers,